Hi guys, Blowjos again with another figure review for you. Today we've got the new Playmates Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from Nickelodeon. These are the 4-inch scale action figures that are completely and 100% awesome. Now, that being said, let's get into this review. Of course, you know guys, I like to start off with the packaging. I'll try to be quick. As you can see here, I have both Shredder's and Leonardo's packaging here. I'm just kind of showing you what it looks like. They're both the same. They even have the same turtle graphic here on the side. All that changes really is this bottom part and the backer card. Which, by the way, this packaging is really nice, stands out on the shelf. And, you know, purples and greens work really well together. So I'll just flip these guys around here. Now, as you can see, the only difference is the little bio on each one. It even has the same little yellow script up here, but it's just got different bios for each character. So for Shredder here it says, "Cold, cunning, and cruel, Shredder is the Turtles' hateful arch-enemy, willing to go to any length to destroy them and their rat sensei Splinter. With the Foot Clan and his shredding armor, there is little the Shredder can't do. Turtles beware." And then it says weapons, forbidden ninja techniques, and razor-sharp armor. And Team Foot Clan. Sorry guys, I have a bit of gas here I guess. But that's it for Shredder's packaging. Toss that aside. Now for each of the turtles it also had a nice little bio. Unfortunately I already threw out the other turtles' bios, but I will read you this one here. It says, "Leonardo, leader and king of the katana swords. Hard-working, honorable, and respectful, Leonardo is the Turtles' fearless leader, driven to be the perfect hero. Leo's inexperience and often rowdy brothers sometimes get in the way of his goal." And it says, weapons, Knight and Ryu, double katana swords, and Team Ninja Turtles. And on the bottom of both the packages here, obviously also on Shredder's, just shows the 4 turtles, Shredder, Krang, Foot Soldier, Splinter, and April O'Neil. You can find these guys on the pegs at most of your Toys R Us's. I don't know if they're available at Walmart, but you can get this at Toys R Us for, in the States, I believe they're $8.99. In Canada, you can get these at Toys R Us for $10.99. Alright, so now that being said, let's bring out the Turtles. So number 1 here, my personal favorite, Raphael, followed by Donatello, who's also awesome. And we've got Leo. Here, I'll try to set him in there. And Mikey. Now, as you can tell already, all 4 of these turtles are different heights, and all sport unique sculpts. Now, I'm going to move all of them out of the way right now, except for Raph. I'll do kind of each one individually, and I will also be reviewing Shredder in this video as well. So here is Raph. He's got a nice little snarl there. The paint applications on these guys is pretty fantastic. Each turtle is sculpted in their own skin color though. So there's actually not a lot of paint on these guys. The only paint applications are the headband, the teeth and eyes, the wraps, and yeah, that's about it. Aside from that, everything else is sculpted in this color. Each turtle sports their own carapace here. Raphael's has a big chunk out of it because he's the brawler. But yeah, they're pretty awesome. That being said, sorry, I keep saying awesome, and I keep, you know, geeking out about these guys because they are just so cool. Like I was saying, each turtle sports their own carapace, and they're also, each one sports their own sculpt. I believe, yeah, all 4 of them have different wraps on their fingers, as well as their feet and knees. And yeah, it's just really cool the length that Playmates went to with these guys. And like I said earlier, they're all different heights. But the paintwork, as nice as it is, there's definitely a little bit of slop here and there. I'll zoom in on the hand. You can kind of see fuzzy edges and different things. The worst part, the part that's worst on mine, which isn't really saying that much, is actually the teeth. I don't know. Here, I'll move his arm out of the way. Just some bumps and stuff, and that's like, it's really not that bad. Like, these figures are painted fairly decently. So, Raphael, pretty decent. My favorite turtle, sculpted in dark green for some reason. I guess these turtles, when Playmates was making them, decided that Raph was going to be the dark green. Those of you who have been collecting turtles for a while know that Mikey's usually the darkest. But I'll move him kind of off to the side here and bring in Leo, who I was actually the most disappointed with, but that's only because I opened him first. And that, like, he's still a great figure. He's slightly taller than Raphael, just barely, but he's sporting his katana swords and he's smiling, something good there. He's got his own carapace, like I said earlier, and the sculpt is actually really nice on this guy. He's got his sheath here to hold both his swords, and I believe it comes off. Yeah, actually pops right out the back there. I'll just squish it back in here. Uh-oh, I broke it. I'm just kidding, I didn't break it, but it is a soft rubber, so just be careful when you're pulling these guys apart. Their sheaths are a bit of a softer rubber, so they can get damaged and warped if you move them around too much. But the only reason that I was disappointed with Leonardo is because his swords are actually not very, like, they're not, well, you know what, he holds his swords pretty well, but they're not so big that, like, when you put them in his hands they stick in that position. They're actually quite loose in his hands and can spin and fall out of, not fall out, but just kind of spin out of place while you're playing around with it and whatnot, and I was just a little bit disappointed in that. But aside from that, he's great. He's got great paint apps, decent sculpt, and just a little bit taller than Raph. So I'll set him aside and pull in Don, who is the tallest turtle. He's maybe quarter-inch taller than Leo, and he looks great. He's got he's the lightest of the turtles. His green is the lightest, and I think it really suits him. He's got the stoic expression, just kind of not frowning, but not smiling either. I'm glad they went with this sculpt instead of sculpting him with his gap tooth, because I think he would have looked silly with his gap tooth as a toy, personally. And overall, paint apps on mine are pretty good, but just be careful. Look at them in the package. You might get one with fuzzy lines on the armbands and whatnot, but they all have the same articulation, so they all are unique sculpts, but same articulation. And finally, we've got little Mikey. He's the shortest of the bunch. He comes in just below Donatello's head from the looks of things. He's just maybe about a half-inch shorter, and he looks great as well. He comes with his nunchucka, and he's smiling. You know, these are great figures. I'm sorry if I'm rambling on with this review, guys, but I'm really excited for these. Each one comes with their own sprue of weapons. Here is Raphael's. Comes with a decent amount of weapons, 2 half-sai, 2 shuriken, and I'm not sure what those are called, but they're like hook blades, I guess. And just in case you ever forget whose is whose, it actually has their names on the little sprue. Here is Leo's. He's got another, a bit of a longer katana here, a little throwing blade here, and 3 more throwing blades and 2 shuriken. He also came with, no, sorry, never mind. Here is also Donatello's sprue. This is my first review in a while, guys. I haven't done this for a little while, but his weapons are molded in dark brown. He's got a bow staff with a blade on the end, a 3-part nunchucka, and 2 really neat-looking shuriken. And Mikey's sprue is the smallest here. It has kind of a half nunchucka with a blade on the end and 4 shuriken. So overall, they come with really cool weapons. Really neat figures, really decent sculpts. I'm going to give these guys a 9.5 out of 10. The value is great. I paid a little bit more because I bought these at my local comic book store. I paid $12.99 for them. But even at that price, guys, like, these are awesome figures. I haven't seen anything this awesome since, oh, I don't know. The last really good action figure that I got was probably, oh, just looking over the collection here, guys. I don't even know. Like, these figures are amazing. They're great sculpts, great articulation, great quality. I mean, I'm glad I picked these up. This is a bit of a surprise at the end of the review, but I'm gonna review Shredder as well, just to kind of give you guys an idea of why the Turtles are so awesome. So I'll move these guys back here and pull in Shredder. Now, I'm going to say right off the bat, Shredder is definitely disappointing. Well, first off, you know what, I'll go over the good. He's got a really cool sculpt, and he looks different from past Shredders, for sure. He's bulky, he's taller than the Turtles, which is a great thing, so they're all in scale with each other. But, you know, where he falls short is the articulation. Now, I'll just move his sword out of his hand here. He's got a swivel neck, so you can only look side to side. He's got ball-jointed shoulder and a hinge at the wrist and a swivel at the wrist, a hinge at the elbow and a swivel at the wrist. So you can get a decent amount of articulation out of his arms. He's got a swivel waist. But once you get below the waist, all he's got is this thing at the hip here. You can go forward and out. He has no swivel at the top of the boots, no knee articulation, and no swivel at the feet. So you really have to find his sweet spot and then just keep him standing in that position, otherwise he's going to fall over. Now, I can understand why they did this, because they put a lot of money into the tooling and creating the Turtles, which are awesome, and I won't complain about them. But it would have been nice to see the same kind of tooling and work gone into Shredder, because he's their main villain. Maybe in a future wave they'll release a better articulated one, but as it stands, right now Shredder is kind of the weak sculpt, the weak, well, actually the sculpt is good. He's just the weak articulated one. He comes with 2 shuriken here, and the sword that you see him holding there. And I'm kind of sad that I paid $12.99 for this figure. The Turtles, awesome. Shredder, not so much. So that being said, guys, if you guys find these at your local Toys R Us, buy them right away, because I don't see them sitting on the shelf for very long. I actually went to my Toys R Us and all they had left was Splinter and April O'Neil. So buy these if you see them. They're great figures, great articulation. Even if, you know what, if you can't afford the whole series, buy your favorite turtle. They're awesome. Great sculpts, great paint, great idea. You know what? I'm going to give these guys 9.5 out of 10. Shredder, I'm going to give like a 6.5 out of 10. But that being said, guys, this is Splojos signing off. Keep collecting whatever it is you collect, and have a great day. Talk to you later, guys. Bye.